Today's video is about my Yamaha slash Skar PA amplifier project. Alright, so we're going to start talking about this Skar amp, the receiver, and all the little things I'm going to do to it. Now, this is a part 1. Part 2 is going to be installing our power supply and everything else. This is absolutely not done, okay? So, I want to explain to you why we don't have a power supply. So, this was my old power supply. It's pretty banged up, but it doesn't work. This transformer has to have pressure on it to work. I'm not going to dive deeper in here. Maybe I could fix it in the near future. And one of the MOSFETs came off. So, I'm just going to get a new power supply. And this is only 600 watts. I'm going to get a 1200 watt one so we could get a little power boost on this guy. And if we want to replace it ever, we can. So, when it comes to this amplifier, there's a lot of things that needs to be changed from an automotive environment into a home environment. Like where you're getting your RCAs from, where your remote wire or whatever is going, where you're having ground, whether you're having any head units. And I've seen a lot of people do this. They buy head unit, they buy batteries and all of that, and I absolutely think that you should not do that. I really recommend going the PA amplifier way, and that's where I wanted to go until I realized they are extremely expensive. A power supply in an amp like this is way cheaper than any reliable PA amp. Like, for example, the NX6000D, $400. I could buy two of these. I could buy the case with all the components inside, right? Used on eBay, just like this one. I could buy a power supply and an amp twice with that money. So I'm like, I'm not gonna spend all that money, right? So I just buy this and I'm all good, make a video on it, and yeah. So everything over here was taken out, thrown away. It didn't work. So I have speaker out from our original RPA9 Rockville, RCA male, female to male, and then these two are for remote, since the remote plug is in here, and I don't want to have a permanent wire coming out, so I just put these out. I'm gonna show you all of this inside. It is way better. So we could successfully look at the interior. We are gonna take off some screws down here and 2 on the side. So all we need to do now is take off the front like that. Nothing is connected, so it's super easy to take it out. Thankfully, we have no grounds or anything connected. So yeah, here's a closer look inside. Now, I was originally just gonna put the top over here, but I just put the front. I know it'll get confusing, like, you have a Yamaha? I mean, why do you have a Yamaha running your subs? But you know what? I really don't care. I could respond to a few comments, right? Now, you're gonna see something a little particular here. So, I know what you're saying. Lego? What? Is this guy crazy? But listen to me. I have a bad reputation with saws. My saw is really dull. I'm not gonna go buy a new blade just for this. And no one's gonna see in here, except when I show in this video. And whatever, who cares? It's just Legos. So all I did was glue them, right? This is hot glue and super glue inside. And super glue is notorious for letting these two stick really well together, so I'm not gonna worry about it coming out. And also, the back isn't removable anymore because this is permanently sealed to the back, so the amp will not move at all. So right here is gonna be our mini ground. This ground is specifically for the power supply, and it's sanded down really well, and I just did the best I could. And since this is for our power supply, it's gonna be where the power supply is, right here. So we won't have any grounding issues. So right there is our RCA ground. So yes, when your amp is making a lot of like noises, right? And it sounds like this, it's horrible, right? You need a good ground. So you could just take a wire. I'm not gonna keep it bare like that. I'm gonna put a O-ring around it. But then you just put it here, and then boom, your whole RCA system is grounded no matter what. Unless you decide to run another amp, you're gonna have to have another ground. Unless they're daisy chained, right? So if it came from my receiver, I'm assuming it would be grounded. But it doesn't come from my receiver. It comes from this little Bluetooth thing. So the input volume on this could be at 50, but then I turn it down on my receiver, and I can have the bass all the way up, and the subs are moving, but these guys are only lower. That's how I don't have it super, super loud, right? Right here's our speaker inputs, and it's not much. It's literally just speaker inputs. Over here is our male side of the RCA, and so this is our bass knob port. I wish it was one of those ones that look like Ethernet, but it isn't, and it goes out here, right there. I know this looks very goofy. I wish I could just spray paint all over it, but I can't because I don't have spray paint. And yeah, so let me put the plate back on. Let me explain what these two switches do before I put this plate back on. So this one is in between outlet and power supply, and this one is between positive and remote. So we could turn it on if for whatever reason I want the power supply to be on. I could turn it off with the remote wire, right? And either way, I just want something in between remote and battery. So I'll see you guys in part 2. Thank you guys for watching.